What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey,
Hey, ladies, happy Wednesday.
happy Wednesday.
How you
Ooh,
feel?
shameless plugs.
You said what?
No shameless plugs because I had somebody branded pen in my hand when I did it, but we ain't see that. No shameless
Uh,
plug.
Look at me cleaning off my camera. I should have did that before the show, but I was having issues, as always with lighting. How y'all
Right.
doing?
Good, good. I just made it back home today, like maybe an hour and a half ago.
Oh, that's right. You had to stay in Florida. We all left on Sunday or Monday. Tiff left me, but
I
but I'm not gonna be petty. I'm not. Listen, I'm not gonna be petty. I'm not. So look, before we jump into this show, y'all know what to do. Please go share this live. Go tell a friend to tell a gym that we are live. Tonight is a catch-all episode, and we are calling Scary AF. That's right. Tomorrow is Halloween, and the day after that is Day of the Dead. And so, look, this is our Scary Day episode. Right? We're going to talk about some real life that's really scary, some situations. And the reason we call it a catch-all is because there's no theme. In this episode, we're going to kind of move all around and touch topics that are frightening to us or scare us in some way. And so we hope that you enjoy that. We do have a special guest tonight who just popped in. So we're going to bring her out in just a minute. But before we do that, we want to share with you what we just experienced this weekend, which was freaking amazing. So quick shout out to our culture keeper, Jessica Newman, and to our very own Lena E for coordinating such an amazing Diamond Rider retreat. It was unforgettable. So much happened. So much like empowerment and sisterhood and God moving and God speaking and teaching. And it was just phenomenal. Of course, there was a lot of downtime and we were able to just let loose and be ourselves and have some conversations that were definitely for grown women, but it was indeed an amazing time. Of course, my heart was full because when you built something and then you can make room for other women to lead and to show up and leverage their gifts and their strengths, and then you get to participate in that and you get to be on the receiving end of it, it is the most amazing feeling. And so I'm just so proud of both Jessica and Marlene, and of course, thank you, Mel and Chantel, and all the other diamonds that supported them in executing. A lot of work to do in May for Pressure Weekend to even be on scale with what they produced over the weekend. The house was amazing. The food was amazing. Oh my God.
Stop right there. Stop
the caterers.
Right
what was
four catered meals? 4 catered meals.
Yeah.
We 4 catered meals.
Yeah.
Like I can't eat, like when people are like, oh, what kind of omelet you want? I thought like they were gonna be downstairs in the kitchen. We're gonna come downstairs. Came downstairs and the catering people was setting up the buffet and custom made omelets, like made right to order as you were doing it. Listen, I ate so much food. I was eating the food just to say that I ate the food because I didn't miss out on the food because I knew I was leaving early, which took some food and almost left it in the airport. When I tell you I went running back across that terminal, I was like, please let me there, please.
Look, I got home.
I ate my lasagna on the plane.
Tim, I got home and had 3 brownies and a cake jar in my bag. Okay, shamelessly, I was just pulling brownies out on the plane. The food was amazing. Oh my gosh, it was such a good. But go ahead, Tiff. What is some of your takeaways and feedback from the retreat?
So first of all, my trip literally started at like 7:30 in the morning when I connected with our lovely Sweet Rights and we traveled in together. We were on just coincidentally, we ended up booked on the same flight. And so we were in the airport together. We weren't able to sit together, but we were in the airport chilling before it was time to board. Afterwards, we went and got the weekend started the way it was only supposed to be started with some margaritas. And then headed in, and it was just such an amazing. When I tell you, I slept so peacefully in that bed, like like I'm pretty sure there was a couple of times I was like, "Where's Tiff?" Somebody was like upstairs in the bed, like, like it just felt so good. And then Lavi and that sound bath, what vibrations. So
It was them cards.
the car,
It was them cards.
every last journal writing prompt, I swear, I was like, yo, everything was so intentional and so on point. And there was no way to know what cards you were going to get. She just dealt them out. Like, and then we didn't even touch the cards until after everything was done.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just great. And Jessica and those questions for the journaling workshop, we was like
on it, yes.
So if y'all are signed up, and if you're not, you should already, because the November journaling workshop starts this Sunday. And so I'm just saying, when Diamonds do a journaling workshop, they do a writing workshop, new things unfold. So that's all I'm gonna say for now. And then I'm gonna try and figure out the lighting. I look like they put baby in the corner.
Not we sorry. Mel, what was your takeaway and feedback from the retreat?
I mean, the retreat was just the retreat was retreating. It was amazing. I mean, getting to see, all of the legacy diamonds again, getting to put hands on the new diamonds and getting to love on them and really embracing them into the community. I mean, it just I mean, every time we get together, it's always great. The fun, the laughter, the amount of safe space. Like we be talking about some things that people don't really be needing to know, but we be knowing. People was taking notes so they could go home and do some things.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a fun time had by all. I enjoyed, just eating the food, not having to be in the kitchen. It was great for me. I was like, how much more delicious the food is when you don't have to cook it.
Yes, absolutely.
But no, it was fun. I mean, just being there, being with everybody. I always say, like, it takes so long to plan it, and then the weekend goes by so fast. Like, I wish that we had time where we could do like a 5-day, like, which of course everybody has work and kids, but I was like, I wish we could like really sometimes schedule it where everybody knows way ahead of time, and we can schedule like 5 days together and really just get to do more. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we try to jam pack so much into those 2 days, or 3 days, but it was fun. I had a ball. I love it.
It was amazing.
I was saying to Daisha, I think we were sitting talking, I said, I loved Atlanta. I said, but I feel like this one was so much more impactful because we weren't focused on an event.
The event, exactly.
We weren't like, okay, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. It was like, we're not stressing about anything. We really are coming together to just chill, relax, enjoy each other's company. So I feel like having, although we still have our events in May, I feel like we should definitely probably impart this like fall retreat away from
and keep them separate.
Listen,
I agree.
Look, I'm taking a page out of the book of
Get out.
I'm writing it on the napkin.
Not the napkin. Listen, and I was just getting ready to say, the venue was amazing. The house was phenomenal. I was telling my bae about the card. I even read it to him because I was saying, like, we allowed us to keep the cards. But this is something I have to do before we start the show. Marlene.
This is going to carry. Listen, Jessica, if you know, you know. You are now off the hook.
Hold up, it's here.
I need to know how much I love her. And
we gotta do this
forever.
And then we gotta do this
trip. So Marlene, we love you so much. Thank you for putting that together. All right, listen, we got a really dope guest. We have some really good topics. Like I said, it's more of a catch-all, free-flowing discussion, but they are all pretty frightening, at least to us that they are. So listen, this woman that's here, I could bitch about her all day. She is indeed my heart. She is one of those friends and connections that were orchestrated by God. Like, I was in a season where I was praying for, women, not just women that I serve with or serve, but women that would pour into me as well. Women that I could trust. I was praying for women who had style and class, who were confident and secure, who didn't shrink when they entered the room with other women, who wasn't catty and petty and messy, who could give and receive good advice. And then one day I was invited to a podcast and I sat across from her on my side of the screen and she sat on the other. And I remember telling my ex at the time, or now my ex, but I told my boyfriend at the time, I said, I have a crush on a girl. And he was like, what? I said, I think I love her. And so anyway, here we are 3 years later, and this is my boo, Miss Tonisha LaVonne. She is the founder and facilitator of Evolve University and the Divine Feminine. She is a teacher, a business owner, a mother, she is. I cannot sufficiently give you all that she is because she's all the things, but most importantly, she is amazing and is going to bless you, even in fun conversations, lighthearted conversations. She gonna give you some gems to make you go, huh? So, without further ado, I want to introduce to some and present to others my boo, my heart, Miss Tonisha LaVonne. Come on out here, sis. Mel, can you help me fix the screen?
Hello.
Never mind.
Thank you for that awesome introduction. Thank you. I appreciate y'all so much.
Hey, how are you?
I'm so good. It's so good to see you ladies again. I think it was like a couple of years ago where I popped up at the event out in Brooklyn.
Yes.
Yeah.
So long ago, but I'm so happy to be here today.
I'm so glad you can make it. I know you are busy doing all of the things, about to relaunch your podcast. You just have so much going on. Listen, I tried to give a sufficient intro, but I want you to introduce yourself again. Tell the people who you are.
Yeah, so I am Tonisha LaVonne, and I am actually a holistic life coach, and like she said, a teacher. I'm in the beauty industry as well, and into nutrition and just holistic living, like being authentically and organically you, the best you that you could be. I am a mother. I have 3 children, boys. I'm a boy mom. Like, how did this happen to me in the beauty industry? That's crazy. But all my son's hair is longer than mine, so that's insane. I am the owner of a brick and mortar with my sister, Dermalift CT, and then I am also the co-owner of a cosmetology school. So I am busy as much as I can be.
Yay!
Wait a minute. Can we share your crush? Because I just think so. Tanisha and I, obviously, because one of the things we do is we do the Black Girl Follow training. So if you're following her and sharing her stuff, and then I'm gonna follow her and share her stuff, and I've been cracking up. Matter of fact, I think it was her post that got me with this Cruella DeVille.
Yes,
with the baby with the mouth full of grown-up teeth. But
baby got a full face of makeup.
Baby got a big face and veneers. and one of the hands look a little distorted, but
that's AI for you.
I'm a licensed cosmetologist in the state of New York and would like to talk to you more about the cosmetology journey and the beauty industry and the money that's in all that. Yes, we can talk about
all the
yes, we will talk. We will connect. Yes.
Listen, Tiff, I will share her with the diamonds because I love the diamonds.
This will be the one and only time I'm okay with being a side chick.
Because I was just going to go there because as long as you know, I do have limits. I'm like, okay, that was 45 minutes. You're cut off. You're done. No more. Don't talk no more. Okay, no, I'm kidding.
Listen, if I gotta share my doctor,
I could have her on the weekends.
Right.
Yeah.
Look,
I behave myself.
If I gotta share my doctor, you gotta share Tanisha. That's just what.
Yeah, but we ain't never talked to the doctor. But you know what? I will say you shared La Vie with us, and that is my heart. Like, I love me some La Vie.
And so I don't be sharing her. She'd be like, "I'm going out." I'd be like, "Who you going out with? Why?
Right.
Where you going?"
Yeah.
I didn't approve this. This was not ran by management for approval. I I don't understand. I don't know
all of that.
I was
No, I
starting to
really
feel
do be
jealous.
coming that.
I was starting to feel jealous, but then I remembered I bought a Shawnee, so
And we like we're legit obsessed with her. This community is obsessed with her. So we all gave. Okay, Tonisha, I guess I have to. Like,
You got to.
I mean,
you got to now.
You know. Okay, but anyway, we're so glad you're here, sis. We're
Thank
excited
y'all.
about tonight's show. So look, we got 3 quick. Okay, let me not lie. They ain't gonna be quick.
Right.
We got
ain't
3
nothing
might
quick
be
here.
quick.
Because I be watching y'all show and y'all don't be getting to the end sometimes.
We don't.
We never do.
Matter of fact, I think I might have to do our Dear Diamond letter that we didn't get to as a regular live because homegirl want to host a Friendsgiving and I gotta give her some advice before she book her event.
Yeah,
but
Her
that's something
friends.
different.
Yeah, I remember that one. The friends. Yeah.
Yes, let's do that. Okay, so look, we got 3 topics tonight. So tonight's episode is scary AF, right? We talk about real life stuff that's scary though. We're not talking about anything special. This is like, okay, see y'all. A spider just came in here. You see how the devil play? Okay, look. Tiff, you introduced the first subtopic so I can go kill this spider real quick.
No, he's gonna get the other bugs.
Right.
Okay, you she really laughed.
So she really was like, nah, I gotta go get the spider.
She needs to leave a Nazi, Charlotte, whoever it is, alone.
Right. Leave Charlotte's web alone. I mean,
Charlotte just trying to create her web.
I'm not mad at her though, because I probably would have did the same thing. Like, you know, living down in Florida, like we have them little gecko lizards. And I came inside and one was on the ceiling. Let me tell you something. I broke my whole broom. I was like, you have to die today. Like, they was like, just sweep it outside. No. I don't need him to go back and tell his friends that he found a new spot. Like, literally, I killed him and then swept him outside and was like, let me let your friends see. This is what happens when you come in here. Stay out there.
Right. Right. Because it's me or him, or I'm moving out. Because I
gotta go.
Yeah.
So then y'all don't want to know, like, one of the things I do in my downtime, because we're content creators, we have to get content from, of course, the gift that keeps on giving, that is social media. There was a lady who uploaded a video of a raccoon that snuck into her house. I guess it came in through the doggy door, and it was sitting on, you know, because we don't wear shoes. People with class and decorum don't wear shoes in the house. So it was sitting on the shoe rack, but it was trying to act like you don't see it. He was leaned up, pressed up against the wall, like you don't. She's like, Mr. You have to listen. Archie and his igloo cooler need to get out my house.
The raccoon is going to take over the mortgage because he can have a house.
Right.
It's
the raccoon can have the house. We're moving.
No, like, that's how I feel about mice. Like, I was like, let me tell you something right now. When I was living in Atlanta, they fixed our dryer and they had, like, you know, you got to put the whole foam, whatever thing in the wall for the thing to go out. And I guess they didn't seal it properly. And like a mouse head came in and I saw it. Let me tell you something. I was the champion of Ninja Warriors because the way I got from my couch to my bedroom and closed the door without touching the floor. Listen.
You was in your house playing the floor is lava all by yourself?
No, like, for real, like listen. And then jumped from the second couch, flew into the room and kicked the door closed while I flew in the room. Okay, Ninja Warrior. I was like, this your house, this your apartment. I'm leaving. You can have it. I don't. You got it.
Yeah.
So Natima, me and Tonisha was saying we understand having to get that spider out because I was like, listen, I don't.
Do we need a moment of silence for Charlotte? Do we need to pour some out?
Charlotte's gone. Charlotte should have thought about it.
Charlotte don't live here no more.
Yes, Charlotte.
What breaks my heart though is that I used a book. I used one of my books to kill it, and I'm more upset about the book because I don't like.
Okay,
listen, Charlotte made it to the dead early. Okay, she jumped fast forward to Friday.
Put the book on your friend. She'll be all right.
It's better to be with God anyway. She's fine.
So
I'm
let's
okay,
get
though.
started. Let's jump into this because Tima's near-death experience with Charlotte Roos, the spider, is a perfect segue in tonight's topic, right? So the first topic up for tonight is mine, and it's called Shook. All right. As I said, one of the things I like to do in my pastime as a content creator is scroll social media because it is the gift that keeps on giving. And I came across a video that made my blood boil. Right? There's a young man down in Jackson, Mississippi by the name of Christian Houghton. He is the lead drum major for the J5 of the Sonic Boom. And this woman made him go viral, not for his moves on the field, but because she accused him of following her through Target. And so she recorded herself accusing him of following her through Target. And this young man was like, ma'am, I'm not following you. Showed her that his phone looked like this. I'm not following you. I'm sitting here trying to find a lamp. This original video that she posted of him has over 1 million views. He has now put up a video defending himself and this interaction. At the end of the video, he mentions the emotional duress that he is under. He is I believe a 22-year-old college senior studying music education. And this is what he is now going into his future adulthood with, this cloud over him. So I want to talk about the shookness, the scariness that comes after you have gone viral for the wrong reasons. Because I think this lady was just chasing clout because there ain't no need to record everything. You ain't that interesting. But where's the apology from her? I think this original video went up over the weekend. So because it was homecoming. That's why he was in Target. He was trying to find some gear and get a lamp during homecoming. So it's now at least 72 hours since this incident has happened. There has not been an apology to him from her for the fact of the misunderstanding.
And there won't be.
No, there won't. There are people who are definitely on his side because you messing with, the HBCUs, you messing with the drum. You got the right, wrong community to mess with because when I say somebody will form on you like Voltron, an HBCU will form on you like Voltron and annihilate you.
It's gonna be an Alabama remix.
It's gonna be and he's not even from there. He said, I'm from 9 hours away. I'm here for an education. And now this is on his history. Like, this is now a part of his college experience, his introduction into adulthood. Like, I feel bad for the brother.
Yeah.
So I think clearly he looks like us. I said clearly he looks
I was
like
gonna
us.
say, was
Clearly
she
he looks like us and she
okay?
doesn't.
She looked like us too because she looked like us too. I'm not even gonna give you her name because I don't want this video getting any more, and I don't, because somebody definitely went and was like, when you're only used to your videos getting 10 likes on social media, you do this.
And that's where I was about to go. That people have become so disconnected from reality because of, social culture and viral culture that they're not thinking anymore. Their whole objective is do anything that'll make me seen. And that just steeps from low self-esteem, feeling unseen, like feeling inadequate. And so we create, and people say, oh, I'm a content creator. No, you're a liar on social media. There's a difference. Like, you just straight up lying on social media for likes. And I'm just like, because we make them viral, we give them the attention that they're literally dying for or seeking, that this is why this continues. And you have young people doing it. You got grown people. Like, why are you that desperate for attention that you are willing to risk someone else's freedom, safety, all because you lying. And like you said, like it's not even about being viral. Somebody need to put in the comments, you're a liar.
Right.
Period. Period. So Tanisha, being our guest, I want to come to you, and then we'll hear from the normal host.
So this is a shame to me because, like you just said, social media has become the bane of all of our existences. Like, it is a beautiful and a horrific thing at the same time. If you use it for good, it can magnify your good, but if you use it for bad, it can truly magnify your bad. Like I tell my students all the time, be careful what you're writing on social media. You're trying to be a business owner, you're trying to be out there building yourself. Be careful the things you put on social media because they do not go away. Somebody will pull up a screenshot from 10 years ago, and I know girls petty like this. They will pull up a screenshot from years ago, something that you said or did, and use it to throw it in your face.
Yeah.
At this point now, I am so disappointed in social media and how we're portraying ourselves, the things we're doing, the low self-esteem, the low self-worth, the anything for likes. Like, I'm appalled. I'm talking about grown women with their ass in the bathroom on the sink. Like, you want a husband, you want a man, but you're showcasing everything. The men that are in the gym, hat fishing, gray sweatpants, like I'm getting so over seeing all of it. It's getting insane. And it's almost like you could tell what's going on. Like, oh baby, you want some attention. Nobody said hey today. Nobody hugged you today. Nobody said you look pretty today, because they're literally fiending for likes and love on social media. I know people that literally will look to see who liked their stuff, how many people liked their stuff, who didn't like it, because that means that person's a hater. Like, it's becoming so crazy. Oh, you see my post and my hair look cute, but you know who didn't like it? Such and such didn't like it. I knew she was hating on me. Girl, she didn't see it. The algorithm didn't put it on her page that day. That's all. Like, it wasn't that deep. But it's getting crazy, and I'm actually becoming a little scared of it, because it's showing too much, it's telling too much. People are posting their locations, people saying where they at. Like, I came from the regime where you don't say you was on vacation till you get back, because that's how you ask for a house party, like a surprise party. Like, you say where you was at when you get home. Don't say where you're at so the man that's stalking you could find you at the restaurant. I had a student do that the other day. She posted where she was at with her friends. Why he showed up? Some guy showed up there talking about I knew you was here with your friends. I came to buy you a drink. That's creepy.
That's so creepy.
That's scary AF.
Shook.
Okay. Yes.
It's not funny. You're laughing. That's not funny, girl. She was like, no, that's dangerous. What are we doing? So, we gotta, like, I don't know. What are we gonna do? Because social media is getting crazy.
It's so crazy out here. It is. Go ahead, Mel. Oh, sorry. Go, Tiff.
I was just gonna say, and then I'm gonna pass it back to Mel. Like, social media, as I said, is the gift that keeps on giving. I reconnected with my biological father and my brother and sister through MySpace. That's how old I am, right? I'm dating myself. Just like anything that is created in this world, when used for good, it is so powerful and so impactful. Like, the amount of momentum that's been picked up in the elections because of it. And we're not going to touch that because that's beyond scary AF. But use the power for good, not for evil. Like, come on, people. But yes, back to you, Mel.
No, I mean, I just almost feel like sometimes social media is like 24/7 access to reality TV. Because I forget what I was looking at the other day, and it brought up the conversation about how people literally, matter of fact, I think it was a comment we talked about this when we was talking about the girl. I was like, nobody gets on social media and tells you how bad things are.
Right.
And then usually when that does happen, it's somebody looking for like sympathy or acknowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's not usually just genuine. Let me share the crappy parts of my life.
Right.
They only highlight the glory moments, or the fake moments, and it's so bad because people are buying into the fact that that's life,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, parts of
Right.
it may be true and actual and things you can actually attain, but this is not what life is like 24/7, 365.
Right.
That's
Right.
not it. And it's like you look at these women that, of course, that be faking and lying about, oh, I woke up like this. Like, you woke up like this after your 4 hours of makeup
You
and
know,
your 2 hour install, and it's like, it's it we social media is now glorifying the facade. Like, the fake and the phony is like praised, because like I see,
Yep.
no shade to my cosmetologist on here, but like I see the post when they be showing these people and they be doing the makeup, and then it shows you like the after, and I be like, these not the same people.
Oh goodness.
Y'all know y'all seen them, and I mean, they be looking like Crypt Keeper over here, and then they come back and they be like giving you all of like Holly Berry, and I be like, wait a second.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, look what you can do. Like, you can make yourself into something completely different.
Right.
And it's like, no, that's not okay. Like, that is the epitome of a catfish.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
But they're just everything that's fake, phony, trendy, get clickbait. Like, that's what's like push it. It's like, okay, but what happens when you sign off of Instagram and have to live your real life?
Right.
What happens
Right.
when TikTok? What happens when TikTok becomes illegal in the U.S. next year? Which is what's happening.
Yeah.
Or like you said, what happens when it's just too far and it becomes scary? Like, you are a grown woman following someone in a store with your camera saying that he's doing that exact thing to you, but yet you're not the one arrested.
could you imagine if this had escalated to involve the authorities?
That's what I'm saying.
This could have gone left so quickly.
So quickly.
And again, this is something that, as Tonisha would say, both Tima and I are in HR. This is something, when you put in his name, it will be there. It will pop up.
Yep.
I forgot what the term is called, but go Google yourself. Go Google yourself. You will be amazed at what will come out. And then there's another one with Spokio or something like that. It'll tell you your addresses and the people who done lived at your addresses and connect your cousin's baby mother, nephew to you. Like, it's just so much information out there. You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
And to Mel's comment about the whole I woke up like this, it reminds me of when y'all were talking last week about the old school. Remember when Whitley and Dwayne got married and she used to wake up and go and brush her teeth and pat her cheeks? Yeah. And then she'd lay there. He'd be like, look at her. She looks so beautiful. Even her morning breath smell good. Not knowing she just brushed her teeth.
Got up for you. Right. Exactly.
That's what social media is. Like, Whitley was a social media person before they were social media, because every hair was in place, every baby hair swooped, every curl fell in place. It was just, and she was on every time.
Yeah.
Very rarely did we see her disheveled.
Absolutely not. I was reading this article.
Of course.
Well, of course. Called The Dark Side of Trying to Go Viral. Shout out to Isabel Hazan, I believe is her last name. But she says our incessant desire for fame and influence blinds us to its accompanying cost. The modern day expression of this is the unrelenting desire to go viral online. Virality, as she called it, is the mascot of internet fame and influence. It is representative of having made it, having created something popular enough to catch the attentions of millions, no matter how fleeting and temporary their attention might be. They are convinced they are now famous. And I'm like, that She nails it because that is exactly what people are doing it for. It's not even because they're trying to monetize their pages. It has nothing to do with them being strategic about their branding. They just want to feel like they made it. And that is scary because it goes back to the assumption that people are willing to do anything for fame. Anything for fame. That is what they're willing to do. And that to me is scary as hell because you're literally willing to sell your soul. Go ahead, Tanisha.
Yeah. Do y'all remember when the smart lady put the Gorilla Glue on her hair and then had all these GoFundMe's and all these people sending her thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to get her out of a mess that, I mean, honestly, a caveman would have known not to put Gorilla Glue on your hair. And now everybody in the world is watching and paying. Now she got a t-shirt line. She got another business, and all because she decided to do something stupid on purpose. Like,
right.
I'm appalled.
First of all, Tanisha, as people who are in the beauty industry, you can't even buy Gorilla Glue nor Gorilla Snot in the same store, in the same section. They are not in there. She didn't wander into the beauty supply store and pick up Gorilla Glue.
Okay.
She didn't wander into the hardware store for Gorilla Snot. Girl, stop playing with us.
Right.
That part.
You was in Home Depot. Stop playing.
Right. Okay. You was in Walmart in the hardware section.
Right.
Like, ma'am.
Yeah.
But the crazy part with the whole, like, this desire for fame, the crazy part is, if you ask most people who are famous legitimately, they will tell you that it's not all it's cracked up to be. Like, that it's you make yourself a walking target. Somebody is always watching to see when you're gonna mess up. It takes away your ability to be human.
Yeah.
And people used to be like, even with the industry, like with what I do, I'm like, listen, I don't want to be known. Like, I want to be in the background. Like, I want to help, but I don't want to be in the forefront. I like being able to go to the gas station or to the supermarket and just be okay.
Right.
I like to be able to go to a restaurant and enjoy a meal with my friends and not be like, who's looking, who's taking a picture, do you know what I'm saying? And then the insurmountable amount of stalkers, or whether they love you or hate you,
right?
Stalkers can be either one, that you now gather and are now exposing your life to. I'm like, people want this fame and they want to be known. And I'm like, it's great on one end, but for the 10 things that are great, there are 50 things that you're going to wish you did not have to deal with anymore. You're going to wish you could just go to dinner with your friends or your family and be at peace. You're going to wish you could go on vacation and not be followed. And like, you're going to wish you could have a bad day and nobody care.
Right. Yep.
Like, celebrity and fame is not all this cracked up to be.
It is not
at all.
It comes with a lot of perks and bonuses, yes, but it comes with a lot of headache and turmoil. How many celebrities do y'all know are drug addicts or commit suicide?
That part.
And that's something people need to understand, the difference between it with going viral. It can turn on you so quickly. So there is a difference between being famous and infamous. Gorilla Glue Girl is not famous. She is infamous. And here at the Hustle and Shine podcast, amongst the Diamond Riders, words have meanings, and meanings of words are important. And so if you want to really be famous, if you want to be an influencer, understand what those words mean. Because the truth of the matter is, I consider myself an influencer, and I don't have 7.5 million followers across my social medias. Who I influence are the people who are most important to me, such as my children, my family, my children's friends who look up to me and call me ma or auntie or Jade's mom. I love that one. That's my favorite. You are an influencer regardless. But you can also influence. Your impact and influence can also be negative. So which one is it that you want?
That's right.
Right. That's good. That's so good. All right, look, so of course it's already 8:40. We still got two more topics to cover. But we gonna go to the comments real quick and show some love. We are not going to show your comment, but we will shout you out. Michelle, we see you. Thank you for being here. We see you. Is it Dre? Am I saying that right? We see you, Tiara, Miss Sweets, right? Thank you for being here. Hey, Bernadette. We see you, Mama. Hey, Shanny Boo. See you in the comments. Thanks for being here tonight. Hi, Danielle. Thanks for being with us tonight. Daisha, yes, it was amazing, sis. Thank you for being here. Who else we got in here? Is it Corrine Paris? Thank you so much for being here tonight. Glad to see you with us. Hey, Marlene. Welcome to the show, boo. Thanks for being here. Hi, Joyce. We see you in the comments. Thank you all so much for being live with us tonight. Make sure that you do take the time to share this. We still have some show left. So make sure that you go and share this live. All right. So look, our next subtopic is called fright, fight, or flight. And let me pull up my notes for that one and why that was the name for it. Because y'all know life is weird right now, right? We have the election happening, and supposedly all of these ballot boxes were set on fire. I'm just curious to know, like, how? Like, I mean, okay, you know what? We'll talk about that in a minute. But we're hearing about all of these life events happening, right? This supposed economic downturn, yet these organizations are still making millions and billions and yet paying us pennies for 2.5 groceries at any supermarket at this point. It used to be Whole Foods, but now you can go to Publix and get 3 items for $200. Like, this is really frightening. Like, life is legit scary. You are making true decisions. Like, do I eat this week or do I have lights? Do I put gas in the car, or, you know what I'm saying? Do I have heat? Like, it's crazy. Like, this is how scary life has gotten. With the economy. And so I want to talk about cost of living, elections, raising children in this day and age, how scary that is, and just adulting in general is freaking frightening. Like, it scares the hell out of me. Like, I remember being young, growing up in the 80s and 90s, and admiring my parents for all that they had, and knowing that they didn't make a lot, but yet they were able to make things happen for my siblings and I. They were able to enjoy, certain things about life, even while struggling. I do very well for myself, and I am still struggling. And I'm just like, how is this life? Like, how is this real life? Like, when did it get this bad? And this is really scary. And so, in all seriousness, I know there are people who have become overwhelmed by life and decided to just take their lives. They like, I can't do it no more. And so I do thank God for the strength to fight. And that's why I wanted to call this fight or flight, because it's scary out here. But I am choosing to stick around and fight. So I'm going to come to you first, to our special guest, Tonisha. Like, any of those topics, we can talk about raising the babies, paying the bills, trying to be an entrepreneur nowadays, trying to just be a person, an adult. Talk about this.
Listen, that's so scary. I want to black my screen out. Okay. I don't even want to talk about it because, like, first of all, let's start. I have 3 sons, Black sons, right? That's scary in itself.
Yeah.
I have gotten to the point of motherhood where now when they leave the house, the only thing I say is be safe. Yeah. Because at this point, you just don't know. Wait, Kia boys and this and that and robberies and pocketbook stealings. And what I didn't know, y'all, let me just tell y'all this. My son ended up sharing with me that he got robbed and kidnapped at gunpoint at 16 and jumped out the car. What? All because he was selling sneakers in the wrong neighborhood and they thought he had money. Like, yay, it's fun times.
This is scary.
Like, it's insane. And then, okay, outside of like real life stuff, why is milk almost $5 a gallon?
Can we? No, seriously. No,
A gallon of milk versus a gallon of gas. Like, I need both.
I went
Seriously.
to the grocery store. I bought a bag of spinach, a bag of kale, some potatoes, a pack of chicken, and I bought some like cream, some chicken stock or something. $138.
Of
How?
course. Absolutely. No, real life.
How?
Real life.
Like
Yeah.
what?
Mm-hmm.
Then if you got gas or oil heat, it really depends. I got oil, so I have a fireplace. Fireplace is on because I'm not turning the heat on. Put a robe on, put a coat, I don't know, sweater, something. Figure it out.
No,
but what I'm not doing is turning it on so it get cold enough here to do it. And I live in Connecticut. It get cold here quick.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have like a fall. We have like a summer, winter. That's what we got. So it is the economy failing this bad for people. And then the people that need assistance can't get it because you make too much.
Mm-hmm.
Then the people that been on this system still on it from 12 years ago when you should have been off because you should have did something for yourself by now. So the people that would need the assistance, there's no room for us. It really, really, really is getting scary, just life in general. Women being attacked, women being trafficked. And can I just go back to how y'all said the first one where women lying about being kidnapped when there's really women being kidnapped?
That part.
Like, what are we doing? Like, the whole thing between social media, our economy, our life, everything is scary. Like, listen, all I know is if you don't have somebody that you believe in, something you believe in, a God, a Buddha, a monk, I don't know, but start doing it, okay? Because we need it. All right, we need it.
No, true story.
Like, this is getting crazy, y'all. It's getting really crazy.
You need all of the above. That's what you need.
Because I'm pulling on all of them. Okay,
right?
All of them.
Because I believe technically I believe it's all the same entity.
Me too.
It's just called something different.
Yep.
And I'm fine with that. And if you disagree, y'all can argue with yourselves in the comments because I'm not gonna respond. But
I hear you. Yes.
Yeah, listen. Okay, and respectfully, Jesus is enough. Okay, for me, I will speak for the team, but Jesus is adequate and sufficient for me. However, I have to agree, and I think the scariest thing is that woman who told that lie doesn't even realize the power of her own words, because you are inviting that into your life. You are drawing that type of energy into your life. And so when we look up and something close to kidnapping or even kidnapping or stalking happens to her, she's going to blame it on him or blame it on social media. No, boo-boo, you invited that into your life. And I'm going to come to you, Tiff, and to you, Mel, but I wanted to say I came home Monday from our retreat. I was high and excited, and I look over in front of me to a neighbor, two elderly neighbors, and they were being evicted. All of their stuff out on the lawn. And I literally started to cry. And so my youngest daughter was with me, and she goes, "Mommy, why are you crying? Does your head hurt or something?" I'm like, "No, it's breaking my heart because I know that elderly couple, that my neighbors, I know that their pensions are not enough. Their Social Security is not enough. Any part-time job that they've been able to secure post-retirement is just not enough. And this is the country that we live in, that we are okay with throwing elderly out of their homes. I don't even know if they were renting. I don't know if it was a foreclosure. All I know is that the sheriffs was there and all of their stuff was sitting outside. And it broke my heart because it's like, what? Did y'all try to work with them? Like, what? There is just no grace, no leniency, no understanding, no realistic point of view that this economy was created by the rich and the wealthy, not by the poor and the middle class. Y'all are the ones that have created the problems that we have with all of the so-called, what do they call it? The low cost locations.
Lies they tell. Because I'm a dissect that housing market here in New York City, but that's going to be another show in itself.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll let you comment now and say what you want to say, but I just had to throw that out there because I'm praying for my neighbors. I don't know where they ended up, but
My God.
but go ahead, Tiff, and then I'll come to you, Mel.
See, I can honestly imagine like the wave of emotions that washed over you seeing that happen, because it's like, because of the people who we are, we want to extend ourselves to try and help. What can we do and everything like that? And some things are just so bigger than us that it is definitely one of the things that's out of our reach.
Yes.
I actually want to piggyback onto what Tonisha was saying about raising children. Here in New York City, there is a phenomenon that is going on that flights and freezes and fawns my entire soul. It is these children subway surfing. Just in the last 48 hours, two girls.
Die.
It's no, not for that. It's normally the boys, but two girls in Queens were subway surfing. One young lady lost her life. The other one is in the hospital in critical
My
condition.
God.
I'm 49. So in my 35 years of traveling the subway system, there are two times that I've seen something that took, like, literally snatched my soul out of my mouth, right? One was just a couple of weeks ago where I saw firsthand for the first time two kids subway surfing on an express number 5 train. What made it even more shocking was it was starting to drizzle, so therefore the metal that the trains are made would get slick. This 5 train is an express. It is flying down Southern Boulevard, okay? And then they had the nerve to be jumping. Jesus, take the wheel. Like, somebody wrap those idiots in a protective bubble, because they have not one F given for anybody who cares about them. The second one happened a couple of years ago. I was with my little cousin at Broadway Junction. If you're from Brooklyn and Queens, you know Broadway Junction. We were on the J train platform, and this kid literally ran in circles to build up enough momentum to jump from the Manhattan-bound platform across the track onto the Queens-bound platform. I swear my soul jumped out of my body when he jumped. These kids do not care, not one iota, about a parent, a sibling, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a nobody. They have no fear factor in them. And I don't know if it's clout they're chasing, if it's infamy they're chasing, if it's the dares. It is something that and then the sad thing about it is I have to actually say it's not the MTA's fault. There is nothing the MTA can do to stop these kids from subway surfing, right? Because they get, what do you want to do? You want them to put the little spiky things on the top of the train like they put on the above the doorway at the bodega to keep the pigeons from
right.
So yeah, that's what's got me in a chokehold. And then the last thing was the trickle down economics fairy tale does not live here in the United States anymore. FDR, you had some ambition there, but trickle down economics doesn't work. It's a joke.
And it's not funny. But now we're gonna come to you with the time we have left. Go ahead.
I'm so much. To speak on like what Tiff was saying with this subway surfing, I mean, it's just all the idiocracy that these kids are out here doing. And I have to go back to our first one. I blame social media, because social media has created this false sense of security and safety. They are making it seem like, oh, you can do all of these great things and all these great adventures, and there's no consequence, and it's like
immortality. It's also all
of that. Like social media is why these kids are so fearless, because it is giving them this false sense of safety.
Yep.
And I don't have children, but my nieces and nephews, and then it's what makes it worse is it's not like, when internet and cell phones and stuff came out, by the time it came out for us, we were teenagers. We were a little older. So we We didn't have a lot of sense, but we had garnered some. Now, these 4, 5, and 6-year-olds know how to maneuver this stuff. They be on whatever site and the games and the this and they just, and at that age, they definitely don't have the ability to separate fiction from, reality. And so you're playing these video games and all these shoot 'em up, kill 'em up games, and they jump and you do this and you do this and you do that, and they're doing this 24/7. They think that's real life. And then now you can do it and you on your headphones with your friends, so you and your friends is shooting in. That's reality. Like for them, that's real life.
Yeah.
And so it's frightening.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you're trying to fight against a system that so far outweighs your voice.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't even know where I want to go next. I'm like, the food. Let's not talk about this. I don't really watch House of Pain, but I was scrolling one day and I came across an episode. It's something they said something that made me stop. And it made me think about you talking with the milk, Tonisha, because on this episode they were talking about eggs.
Right.
And like the wife wanted to bake a cake. And I forget, she said she needed something. And he was like, how many eggs do you need? Like, why do you need so much money? And so she had to bake these cakes. Like, she was like, I have to make these cakes. I have to make 3 of them. Like, I have to make one for the people. And then I got to have the extra for my husband so he don't eat that one. And so the whole episode is about them trying to get these eggs and him not wanting to pay for these eggs. So he calls his friend and his friend is like, oh, like he got like a homeboy that's like bootlegging eggs.
Crazy.
So he's like, I can get you like a whole crate of eggs for like whatever. So he comes back with his boxes and the guy's like, he said, oh, so you got the eggs? He's like, no, I got something better. He was like, we ain't gonna never have to pay for eggs again. He was like, my homeboy sold me 2 chickens and they about to lay out. I was cracking up because I'm like, this is really the reality. Like people are like, all right, how can I grow my own stuff in my backyard? Like
literally, I said it.
And so now, like living in Florida, they have it up in New York, but like here, it's all Caribbeans. So like on any random day, I can see chickens outside. Like they literally, you hear they be roostering. Like no, hate them. I love y'all, but they stay with some chickens in their yard. But I ain't mad at them right now because they not paying $12 for eggs. Okay,
I'm about to get me some chickens.
Okay?
Seriously.
I'm about to get me some chickens and
the backyard. Just clunk away.
They got miniature horses. Like they got their miniature like pet horses. They got miniature pet cows because I need one. I bake too much. I be in here trying to make cakes. Like it's expensive. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like
y'all over here churning her own butter.
No, seriously.
I'm about to be like, listen, we all life right about now, the way this world is going, we're not gonna be here too much longer. F this healthy eating because I can't afford it. Like I'm finna be, my bologna has a first name. It's OSCR.
Story.
Lastly, I think y'all were talking about the housing thing. Let's not get me started on that because I came to Florida. I wasn't planning on staying here, but the financial, economic relief that was happening here, the inexpensive cost of living, I was like, why not? For what it costs to live here now, I might as well stay in New York. Mm-hmm. Like legit. Like I know people right now in South Florida paying $2,000 for a 1-bedroom. Like literally, they did a survey the other day, and it was like a thing about the most expensive place to live in the U.S. South Florida is now number 1.
That's insane.
Based on cost of living versus average income, South Florida is now the most expensive. And I was like, how did we beat New York and California? I don't understand. Right. But what happened? But because everybody's moving here, the economy is kind of scarred. People came down here and got to work remote and keep their salaries, so the average cost is going up. But the problem is Florida hasn't caught up to that. So we're still making Southern people pay. And we're paying Northern people prices.
Right.
And the sick part, like even hearing about, you know what I'm saying, your neighbors in the team, it's like, it baffles me when I hear these news, when they get on CNN, they talking about, oh, the president or the government has now sent another $4 billion over to Russia and this. And I was like, y'all broke. Y'all say we in debt. We ain't got no money. We this and we that. But y'all got money to be sending over to these other countries. Or, of course.
Go ahead.
And Natima was saying, I was like,
no, I was saying,
no,
me.
She raised her hand. She got it because she read something.
I'm gonna tag you in this, but it's like y'all got all this money for every other country,
but us.
But this one. But then you want us to care so much about this country, like F y'all.
Honestly,
okay. Look, all right. So let me preface this by saying I'm not coming for nobody in particular. So if you are offended by this, you should pray about it. However, this is my beef with Mel just said. This is my beef with Black church. Okay. Ooh. Because we have all of these missionary efforts and we are going out of the country and we are taking the word of God and the tithes of the people out of the country. And you got people right here in your own community who attend your church, who pay all of their money in tithes and offerings. And when they call and ask the church for help,
they got it.
The church
they get evicted by the marshals.
Or they're asking, well, when was the last time you paid tithes? Or let's take a look at your tithing statement. I will I won't. No, because
I'm getting itchy.
I will punch you in the face. That's what
I was I'm changing. But that is the thing that irks me the most. I am so sick of giving my tithes and offering to these out of country, efforts and all of these abroad Christian, voyages and all these things we want to do. And there are people right here in Atlanta who can use help. There are people right here in New York and Connecticut and Chicago who can use help from the Black church, and we ain't doing nothing. We praying for them.
We invite them to the soup kitchen.
We don't need that.
Come get this one bag of bread and some old meat. And then you can come back and search through the used clothes that we have.
Oh, Tanisha put her glasses back. She said, "Pick me," and put her glasses back.
Yeah, because the glasses mean I mean business. It mean I mean business.
Go ahead, Tanisha.
But no, y'all, listen, Tima, you just hit the nail on the head because I was thinking about this as you were talking. Yeah. My dad is 70 years old. And I think you guys know my mom passed away about 2.5 to 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. My dad ended up losing his house. Now, if it was not for me, I literally was brought to tears because they told him, you got to leave by this date. This is the lawyers, the lawyer, the bank. You got to leave by this date. I don't know what you're going to do, but the sheriff is coming to lock your stuff up. So luckily for me, I can move my dad with me. So I drove by his house though, and to see he didn't want the stuff, but to see all of that stuff locked in the house. Now, there was a church that he was attending where him and my mom were ministers. They taught marriage classes. They did all this stuff for the church. I asked them because I wanted to do a memorial for my mom because she died during COVID. Mm-hmm. And she had to get tickets for her funeral, which was crazy, but whatever. Mm-hmm. I asked him to do a memorial. You know what his question was to me? He said, does your father still love the Lord? Because I seen his Facebook post and he shares a lot of memes. And, I'm just not sure. So I don't know if I'm comfortable with doing a memorial for your mom. Now, my mom worked in this church. Listen, when I tell you took everything in me not to cuss that man of God or man of Beelzebub out, because how dare you ask my father, who is grieving and has stepped down from his position because his wife passed, that you can't do it because you want to know if he still loved the Lord and he hasn't been tithing.
Does he ask that same question when he's asking for the tithe and the offering? Are you, before you're accepting checks and cash apps and Zelle transfers, are you asking the people how much they love the Lord before you accept their $250, $500, $750, $1,000? No, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not. Nope. I said I was.
This sounds like a whole nother episode.
It really do. Okay. Yeah. So yeah.
Collective breath.
What did Tanisha say earlier? Just let me do my
scary.
Right.
AF. That's why people are running away from church in droves. Like, just
that part.
You just as scary as the world to me at this point. I don't trust y'all either. So
scarier, because at least in the world, I know what I'm getting.
I know what I'm dealing with. Right. I know what I'm gonna
is.
get. Face value.
That part.
And
that blindside you. You just get slapped from the back of the head. Oh, I didn't know. Okay, all right.
And that's when people be like, I'll dance with the devil that I know, because I know to expect the devil and I know to expect the shenanigans out of it. Because when I come into this house, when I come before you and lay myself bare and vulnerable, I'm expected to be embraced, not gut punched and chin checked.
That's okay. So yeah, because we have to do a whole episode on that, because
Mel, write that down when we come back in January.
The way I'm feeling right now, I will say
hurt.
Church hurt. There you go.
I will say some things that'll. So anyway, we had another topic, but we of course out of time. We were supposed to talk about ghosted. Ghosted was our last scary AF topic. And of course, we were going to talk about the cuffing season, which we are currently in. We are in cuffing season. Now, look, I can't speak for myself, okay? Because I am booed up. But it's scary out here for women who these men are homeless and just looking for a boo because they need a place to stay. Now that the summer's over, they ain't trying to be outside.
Hobosexuals, yes.
Hobosexuals. They ain't got nowhere to live. It's cold.
Yeah. And so now that they sick of being outside, they're trying to be at your house. And so I know cuffing season is scary, sis, because you don't know if that brother like you or your heat. You don't know if he wants you.
First of all, cuffing season swing two ways, because Christmas coming and her kid got a PS5 and some new J's on the Christmas list. So don't even just put it all on the brothers.
I'm just speaking from what the sisters are telling me is scary AF out here, because I'm no longer in that space, thank God. But I'm just saying,
yes,
I hear the stories. So look, like real quick, I'm gonna come to each of y'all just to make a quick comment on it, because we're out of time. We got to drop some gems to get out the people way. But Tiff, let's talk about ghosted and cuffing season and why it's scary for the single ladies and men, as you put it.
Yeah.
I've been cuffed for 11 years and married for 5. I have no comment.
You have no. Okay, I'm skipping you. Okay, coming over to you, Mel.
Oh, I mean, listen, I don't even want to be cuffed no more. I don't. I'm good.
You?
I don't. I'm good. Thanks. I'm gonna stay right here. It's great.
Great.
No, because like, listen, it's like twofold. Because you get the ones that's not really that may not be homosexuals, but they just at that point in life where they tired of being single. So like out the gate, it'd be like, I love you, and it's like, boo, what's my last name? I'm just curious.
Right.
What's my last name? Mm-hmm. And then on the flip side, for the women who want some heat in their bed at night, are just going like I've seen way too many viral posts or videos about chicks hopping on flights and then getting ghosted.
They getting flued out.
They getting flued out and then left. And I've seen several about like chicks that like talk to dude, a few different scenarios. One, talking to dude, whatever, he done flew you out. Shorty gets to the arriving airport and dude is like not answering.
That look how she said she looked. She must look different.
But my thing is like, you just really meeting dudes and just hopping on flights.
Right. They hopping on more than just that.
But wait, hopping on right. Well, no, that's the other part. So hopping on flights, but then hopping on flights without your own, like you just trusting, you ain't got your own just in case, you ain't got a backup plan, like you just in a whole nother city where you don't know nobody stuck. And then there's like a whole nother group of chicks that are getting flown out, and then when they get flown out, they get there and then they get mad because
they're in the Best Western.
Because he wants some
cookie.
He wants some cookie, and I was like, let me tell y'all something. If y'all at the point where y'all are investing in each other and have built that situation, I don't know what you was expecting when this man spent X amount of money on your plane ticket, X amount of money. Like, what did you think he was bringing you out there for?
Conversation.
And
if-
it was
if
not
in
conversation.
But look, and then if in fact you were clear on the fact that that was not something you were interested in, why was that not a conversation you had before you hopped on the flight? Which means you didn't even discuss why he wanted to fly you out. You didn't even discuss why you were going. He said, "I'm gonna buy a ticket," and you was like, "Let's go."
Okay.
Mhm.
It's listen, and then you get ghosted, and then you mad, and I was like, well, I mean, when you picked your date in the cemetery, what did you think was gonna happen?
Wait,
Pretty
time
much.
out. Here we go with another Tiffany epiphany, and they traffic their own selves.
They
Oh,
do.
wow.
Absolutely.
Ouch. Okay, Tanisha,
was
we
hard.
covered you.
We stuttering, Tima.
Go ahead, Tanisha.
I mean, I can't say. I mean, I agree with everything that everybody's saying. First of all, you trafficking yourself. That's crazy. What did you think? Y'all was gonna play patty cake when you got there? I don't know, but it's foolish. Okay, to hop on a flight with a stranger. Okay, stranger danger. What am I doing? Right. People are getting missing all the time. Right. Okay, like it's just crazy. So I would never. I'm clutching my pearls as she's talking about it. Like we just getting on flights, just outside, just don't know where we at, don't know nobody, but. We go out to dinner and he'd be like, I don't know where she went. She left. She got mad. He killed you. Meanwhile, you in the trunk somewhere. Like that's
exactly.
No. And as far as cuffing season, for me, you know, I would never even want to, if I wasn't dating you the year before, then you can't come around starting September. September, October, November, December, January, February, you got to take a hiatus, sis. 6 months off. Because if you try to come in during that time, normally, you know, it stayed light in the summer to about 9. So even if you got to go to a little hotel or a little factory apartment or something, he don't care about that. But in the summer, in the winter, he want to be warm and cuddled up, booed up, some good home cooked food. Absolutely not. You're not about to use me for 6 months, and when the spring come out, and you're gonna pop out too and be like, you know what, this ain't working. I was thinking, you know, during the wintertime, you know, your kids was all running around and stuff. You wasn't submitting. You wasn't listening. You just didn't have nowhere you wanted to be. Okay? You're not about to trick me. Nobody can come around between September and February. That's just it. So you can't get cuffed during that season. It's just not a true season. It's not a true game. You know what I'm saying? You got to hang your jersey up for 6 months.
Yep.
And fellas be
back out in the spring. That way, you know if it's real by the time you know that part. Because I just couldn't. No, I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all.
Fellas, be careful too.
I'm with Daisha in the comments who said you need to be around during recruiting season. Yeah, we gotta vet, we gotta recruit. You can't just show up.
Listen, and just for our fellas. For our gents out there, this goes for y'all too. Cause listen,
now that hot girl summer over.
If you was trying to talk to Shorty in the summertime, early fall, and she wasn't giving you no play, and now all of a sudden it's hey boo, how you do? Or what's up, babe? Or what's up, handsome? She need Christmas gifts.
Right.
And he's probably turned off. She needs you to pay a bill. Okay?
Right.
She trying to get in good before Valentine's Day so she could be at work showing flowers off to her coworkers. Like, I'm just saying, like, fellas, be careful to like check the motive, like check the motivation.
Right. Sure. If she finally responds to your message that you sent in June talking about, oh, I just saw this and it's November, brother, she saw it. She just wasn't interested, didn't need you. No true story. Like
my phone was acting up. I had lost all my contacts. Like, girl, you lying. You're lying.
We just got a very interesting question in the comments.
Oh my goodness. You see my face?
I'm like, this going we gonna all right. I know we way over time. Team, I know you gotta go pray tell Bay, give him a second because I just don't feel like we cannot answer Sean's question. It's a gent in the building, and we don't, you know. So Sean's question is, what are your thoughts on guys who have been burned in relationships, needing to pay alimony, and choosing AI girlfriends as alternatives?
This will take this episode till 10:30.
Right. I was like, Sean,
that's a good question, Sean.
You've been on this episode this whole time. Why you didn't ask this earlier in the show?
No, because we just touched relationships. We wasn't
did.
on that earlier.
We did. You
Oh,
right. I'm
Sean,
sorry,
that's
Sean.
so good.
Wait,
First of all,
what's
thank
that
you for
AI
doing this.
girlfriend? Is he talking about a robot? What are you
No.
talking
Like
about?
virtual girlfriends and they're not real.
Yeah, it's like virtual relationship. Oh yes, it's a whole
Think
article.
of virtual assistant, but
It's a girlfriend. It's like having right. I'll send y'all the article I've been reading on that because it's crazy.
It's like having
crazy.
a long distance relationship.
Right.
Like y'all
Okay.
can video chat, y'all can talk.
Everything. Sis, you don't remember me doing a reel about that because sis was like worried. I said, what is a fluffy girl supposed to do when you gotta now compete with AI women? And in Atlanta, I'm already up against BBLs and snatch bodies. And okay, 35-inch bust downs, like, and now I have to compete with virtual women. This is just unfair.
This is
But
not
luckily,
right.
I'm okay.
First of all, can I answer? I think first of
Go
all,
ahead, and then I'm gonna come to you, Tonisha, and then you
All right.
now. I'll answer last.
I'm so confused.
First of all, these AI virtual girlfriends are nothing new because people been getting catfished all along. But
That
now
part.
you entering it as a willing partner. You know
Yeah.
what it.
Damn.
Now, what I would say is this should only be those who were highly in tune with their emotional intelligence, because it ain't nothing like getting into an argument or disagreement with
Mhm.
computer software. Like, you really got to understand, like, this is just for entertainment purposes only. Maybe that should be on there. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Right.
No real humans' feelings and emotions were hurt during the taping of this episode. I don't know.
So, right. So here's my thing. So as far as the alimony part goes, I mean, listen, that's why they make prenups. I don't know. Like, if you got burned in your relationship and you got to pay alimony, if your wife cheated on you or did you dirty, should you have to pay alimony? Morally, probably not, but the law is the law. Pick your state. Look, you gotta move to a non-50-50 state. I don't know what else to tell you about that one. It's right or wrong, that's just it. As far as the AI girlfriend, choosing an AI girlfriend because you got burned, do I feel like that's a good alternative? No. How about heal? That's like people, it's almost, and no shades what I'm about to say, my LGBT community, love y'all, but that's like men or women that are and get burned and then be like, I'ma just be gay.
You're right.
Like, you're not doing it because that's what you really want to do. That's who you are inside. You're doing it as a reaction to a hurt or traumatic thing, which no matter what never ends up well. Anytime you respond out of hurt, anger, or trauma, the result that you get is not well. No. So do I think choosing an AI girlfriend as an alternative because you got burned? No, that's dumb. Like, you got burned, understood, heal, go to therapy, work through your issues, work through what happened in a relationship, work through what you need to so you can heal and have a productive relationship with a human being, like a human. Like, I don't know.
Tanisha, I'm gonna let you answer, but Sean, I just want to say, please stick around for the rest of the comments because I have a lot to say to you, and it's contradictory to what you've heard from both of my co-hosts, which is fine. We're entitled to our own opinion, but I do have something I'd like to say to you. So please stick around. Tanisha, I'm gonna come to you first, and then I'm gonna speak to Sean.
Okay. So, like Mel said, being burned by your girlfriend, your wife, or having to pay alimony, that's another whole thing in itself, like the alimony part of it. And that must mean y'all was married for a while, because normally most wives don't get alimony. You had to be married for a long enough time for them to want her to keep her same lifestyle. So that's one thing. As far as having an AI girlfriend, I don't even know what that means, but I guess I would say, like, it's almost like having a pen pal. Like, you're answering back, you guys are talking back and forth, but it's not real human interaction. But if it makes you feel better, like, you feel like it's going to give you that goosey feeling that you want. But here's the reality of it. Most men, can I just be real? Okay, so I don't know you, Sean, but most men don't really need women as conversationalists. Okay, they need women for certain things. Like men want women for certain things. One of them being sex, any type of sex. Okay. That's why men want women. And they also want women that make them feel a certain way. So if the words that the AI are saying is doing that, then by all means, but then you're not getting the rest of the package by it being AI. Most men can walk this world technically alone and kind of be okay. So, I mean, I would just say, think long and hard about that, because you don't want to get to the point where you so caught up with the AI and it's a computer. It's not a person. It's like, I mean, I guess it feels good in the moment, but it's like talking to a getting on a dating site and you talk to the person, but you never meet them, you never see them, you never, at some point you want to have the physical connection, the physical interaction. So I don't even know how that would work, but it's interesting. It's very interesting, to say the least, for me.
Yeah.
Somewhere, either M. Night Shyamalan or Tyler Perry are behind a computer screen writing this script as we speak.
Not M. Night Shyamalan.
Okay.
I don't like Tiffany.
It's time to drop a gem. I think.
No. I'm gonna say what I need to say, because I
Oh, she been writing notes. Okay.
We writing notes, and I am reading between the lines. And so, Sean, if I'm off and maybe I'm reaching and what I believe I'm grasping at is not actually in your comment or in your question. But first thing first, where you talk about our thoughts or my thoughts on men who have been burned in relationships, and then the result of the burn, they're then financially burned, right? So the woman is disrespectful or cheats or whatever the cause of the burn, right, is, then you have to turn around and pay the person that broke your heart, right? My thoughts on that is shame on her, right? And I loathe women like that. And everyone on this show who has ever seen this show knows I can't stand women like that. I understand that people make mistakes. I understand that sometimes we're unhappy in our relationships and we're not mature enough to say, I don't want to be here anymore. And so we do step out. And I'm not saying we, because honey, I don't cheat, but there are women who do, right? And then who justify their cheating because they're unhappy or they feel neglected or whatever the stupid reason they give. I think the part that bothers me most about men who are burned in relationships by women is that it takes so much longer for you to open up. And so for her to cultivate a space of vulnerability and trust only to then burn you, that's the part that bothers me the most. And so I hear what your heart is asking. And again, if I'm wrong, let me know. And maybe this isn't for you, for someone else that I feel or I'm speaking to. But I completely understand why you would want to then explore AI girlfriends, because a lot of them can be based on real women, right? Some of the AI platforms are real women who are entertaining men. And y'all know I've read extensively about how this AI girlfriend virtual world works. Some of the women behind the computer are real. It's just that their avatar or, the emoji person that they created doesn't look like how they really look in real life, but they're still making that human connection. The reason why I can understand men going to these AI girlfriends is because you can show up in that relationship with the wall, that emotional detachment, and there's no friction or issue there. Because I think men who get into these AI relationships is really because they want to protect their hearts and they want to protect their wallets. Because human women right now are trifling. I said what I said. Okay, stay out of my DMs this week.
And say human
women are trifling. They're dating with ulterior motives. They're dating with a hidden agenda. Like I said, they're cultivating spaces of honesty and trust and vulnerability only to go and burn the man that has done nothing but try and love them. Are y'all perfect? No. But it is frustrating to hear questions like that, or even know of situations like that are driving you away from real women that you can touch because you're safer with a woman over the computer. That bothers me, bro, and you're not by yourself.
Yeah.
It's
The women in
heartbreaking.
this community, the women on this platform, we are not those kind of women. We're not perfect women, but we're not those kind of women. And I'm sorry that your experience left you burnt and paying alimony to probably someone who's undeserving. But what I will say, my final comment is, do what you're required to do by the courts, but don't shut yourself off from real connection. Like
Mhm.
Mel said, do your healing work, forgive her, let it go, but don't feel like you can never again connect with another human being that you can touch and hold and kiss and feel, because we're out there. It
Yeah.
took me and my so he's talking about OnlyFans. Okay. Okay, look, that's a whole nother conversation, bro. You have to come back next week and we'll answer that question. But the
We
last
might
thing,
need to have Sean on as a guest. Sean, go to www.diamondwriters.com.
yeah,
Go and send us your information so we can book you.
yeah, we do need a after show clubhouse, by the way, Tim. But anyway, I just wanted to say it's possible. I didn't think I would find the person I'm with that I definitely plan to marry, but it is possible. It happened. It took a minute and it took some healing work, but I found him and he found me. And so, anyway, I just said all that to say, do your healing work, do what you have to do, let that person go. And, when you're ready, you'll be ready for a human experience. Good night, baby. I love you. Sorry, it's my daughter going to bed. All right, that's all I wanted to say. Look, we've been over time. It's almost 9:30. I gotta pray, y'all. Y'all know that. So real quick, I'm gonna have the co-host and our special guest drop a gem, and then we're gonna get out y'all way and give you back the rest of your night. But we really appreciate you sticking around and staying for the whole show. All right, I'm gonna come to you first, Mel. Drop your gem.
um, I'm gonna take my gem from this weekend, from my card that I got this weekend. So my gem for all of you out here today is figure out whatever it is that's standing in the way of you doing what you need and what you know you need and want to do in your heart of hearts. Figure out
Mhm.
what that is. Is it you? Is it someone you have in your life? Is it some trauma, some past hurt that you have not dealt with? Whatever it is that's standing in your way of being where you need to be, where God has called you to be, fulfilling the purpose that He has put in you, take some time and really dig deep and figure out what that thing is, and then let it go.
Mhm.
That's it.
That's good. That is good. Tanisha, I'm gonna come to you. What's your gem, sis? Drop your gem.
So my gem is this. Although, I'm gonna kick the theme of the show. Although things are shook and frightening and fright, flight, fight or flight, make sure you're not a part of the regime. Whatever that scariness is that is out here, make sure that you're not a part of exuding that part into the world. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of scariness on social media, a lot of scariness in the real world. But try to hold on, be strong, keep your faith, stay as positive as you can, affirm yourself, affirm the world around you, and hopefully at some point we'll begin to see some change. But if we become a part of the problem, or constantly talking about it or complaining about the problem, we're kind of just manifesting more of the problem. So if we could just try to stay as positive as we can, as spiritually high as we can, and don't be a direct part of what's going on, then we've done our part. And that's all that, God can ask for any of us at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thanks, T. That was good. All right, Miss Tiffany Phoenix Mathias, what is your gem?
I'm keeping it short and sweet. I'm borrowing this from someone in another virtual community that she dropped. If you are not first on your list of priorities, is your list even valid?
Mm.
Drops
Dang.
mic. Drops mic.
Okay, that is good, Tiff. Thank you. It's funny because my gem I actually prepared yesterday after a conversation with a coworker. We live in this space where we talk about, self love, self love. This era is all about self love, and y'all know we had an episode on it where it's really just promoting self centeredness. And so, my alternative to self love, which I want to offer you to do, is practice self compassion. Be kind to yourself, be patient with your growth and your healing, um, but be realistic about accepting who you are. I think this whole self-love affirming era that we're in is actually making people more selfish. And so maybe just try learning how to accept yourself, how to be compassionate toward yourself. That to me is a lot different than this self-love narrative that's making us selfish and self-centered. So that is my gem for tonight. I really do hope that you all enjoyed the show. Of course, we will have Tonisha back very soon. We love having her on. We appreciate you in the comments. We appreciate you sharing this live. We appreciate all that you do to keep this show on. Of course, we are not asking because we don't beg, honey. We serve a God who provides. However, we have had people ask us, how can they sow into what we're doing? And so if that is you and you are interested in sowing into the Transparent Gem Inc. organization and community, there is our Cash App. Feel free to send some coins. If not, listen, you are not obligated and neither are we. So anything I'm missing, any announcements before we let the people go?
Absolutely. This Sunday, November 3rd, kicks off our next journaling series. November. New energy, new mindset, new habits. This Sunday at 6 p.m. Did I say 6 p.m.? 7 p.m. 6 p.m. Yes.
It's 6 p.m.
I should know this. Look, I should know this because I will be hosting the first episode of our journaling series this Sunday. So if you have not done so already, make sure you
go register.
www.diamondwriters.com and make sure you register. It is completely free. It's free, y'all.
$3.99, people. Make sure you're there.
Tell a friend. Come be a part of it. It is a 4-part series, so you'll get to have one with myself, our sister Lena E, our sister Jessica N, and our sister Sweets Rights. So you'll get a full impact on this November journaling series. If you didn't get to go to our previous journaling series, make sure you don't miss this one. And if you were in the previous journaling series, come back and join us for the next one.
Come on back. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Mel, for that reminder. We really appreciate it. As always, y'all know what to do. Until next time, continue to hustle and shine. Good night, folks.
Let's go.